welcome to this week's sequence. It is inspired by the northern flicker, which is a cute little bird that's part of the woodpecker family. And it's been pecking away at my willow tree. So this sequence I designed to slowly and rhythmically begin to open up the heart. The northern flicker has this cute little heart-shaped pattern on its breast. So with that being said, we'll start in supported fish pose. I recommend that you either use a block, or I love using a bolster like this if you have one. If you don't have a bolster, you could use a pillow, just a regular pillow, and kind of nestle it into a little ball so you can get yourself lifted underneath your heart. Let me show you. I hope you enjoy. So just lie onto the back. Find that the prop is lifting up the heart. You may need to fidget with where this prop is supposed to be. But find a spot where your heart can be lifted and your shoulders can relax. Let gravity take them towards the floor. Start to take some nice big deep breaths. Just noticing the rhythm of your heart and the breath. Just let yourself be soft. Start to really make the inhales and the exhales purposeful, making them maybe equal in length, maybe one count longer. On your exhales, let yourself find a little bit more space around the heart. So this cute little northern flicker just rhythmically taps. And it reminded me a lot of our yoga practice, why the rhythms work. Just slowly lift yourself up off your prop and lay the back body back down onto the mat. Really let your back body be heavy here and feel the support of the earth underneath your body. Pull the legs into the chest. Start to rock forward and back the length of your spine. Rock up into a seat. I like to sit up on a block. Find my hips above my knees. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Take a big breath. On the exhale, bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Use the left hand as a little kickstand behind the body. Take a gentle twist to the left. Breathe, sit up nice and tall. Shoulders are out of the ears. Inhale, come back to center, reach up high. Exhale, find your twist in the opposite direction. Use the right hand as a little kickstand close to the body. Watch the breath moving up and down the spine. Stay rooted in the sit bones. Inhale, come back to center, reach up high. On your exhale, cactus the arms, lift the heart, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Keep that tailbone tucked. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Press the palms together. Inhale the arms out wide like a T. On your exhale, give yourself a great big hug. Just notice what forearm you put on top. And then gently tuck the chin to the chest and pull your shoulder blades towards the floor, creating a little window in the space behind your shoulder blades. Inhale takes the arms back out wide. On your exhale, put the opposite forearm on top. Give yourself another great big hug. Reach for your shoulders. Tuck the chin. Gently pull the shoulder blades down. Good. Inhale, reach the arms back out wide. Big breath. Exhale, bring the hands down to your thighs. Good. Inhale the right arm straight up to the sky. Your palm faces forward. And then bend the elbow and bring the palm to the back of your heart. Your tricep is in line with your face. Feel a nice stretch in the tricep. Breathe. Chin is off of chest, head is straight. Inhale the arm back up high. Exhale, bring the right arm down. We'll do that on the left. Inhale the left arm high up to the sky. Face the palm forward. And then bring the palm to the back of the heart. Straighten out the head. Bring the bicep close to the ear. Track the shoulders down the back and breathe into the tricep. We'll revisit this pose. Call it reaching for your bow. Inhale the left arm back high up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the thighs. Good. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Take a big breath. On your exhale, bring the right arm down, the left arm over. Take a nice little side body stretch. Inhale, come back to center. Left arm down, right arm over. Side body stretch. Good. Stay with the breath. Inhale, come back to center. Reach up high. Exhale, bring the hands into the heart. If you have an intention for class today, or if you would like to dedicate this practice to someone that needs the energy more than you, think about them now. Release the hands. Find your tabletop position. Stack the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. Just take some movements that feel good in the body. Maybe some tail wags. Maybe some barrel rolls in the spine. Maybe flip those toes under and send the hips back, stretching out the feet. Or walking the hands forward and dropping the hips. Just let it feel good. Make your way back to a neutral tabletop position. We'll start some cat-cows. On an inhale, drop the belly, look up to the sky. Spread the sit bones. Exhale, chin to chest, round the upper back to the ceiling. Really press into the fingers. Good. Keep going. Inhale, drop the belly, look up to the sky. Feel the fluidity in your spine. Exhale, chin to chest, round. Good. Come on back to neutral. Right arm inhales high up to the sky. Take some circles with the wrist. Take the circles in the opposite direction. And then thread the needle. Bring the right hand underneath the left arm. Bring the right cheek all the way down to the mat. Stick with the breath. Let it be the tether to the present moment. Relax into the shoulder. One more breath. Press into the left hand. Inhale that right arm back high up to the sky. Take a big, expansive breath. Really open up the collarbone. Come on back to your neutral tabletop position. Take another cat-cow. Drop the belly. Lift the gaze. Chin to chest and round. Really good. Come on back to neutral. Left arm inhales high up to the sky. Take those circles with the wrist. Take the circles in the opposite direction. Left hand underneath right arm. Thread the needle. Soften the left cheek all the way down to the mat. And then just surrender into that shoulder. Fill up the breath. Good. Press into the right hand. Inhale that left arm back up high. Take a good, beautiful breath. Expand. Come on back to your neutral tabletop position. Take another cat-cow just to straighten it out. And then when you're ready, we'll prepare for hovering tabletop. So you're going to flip those toes under. You're going to keep the spine long so the gaze stays forward on the mat. Just lift the knees, hover them an inch off of the mat. Pull the belly in tight. Press into the fingers and the knuckles. Keep breathing. Nice, steady, strong breaths. You can do this. Stay strong. On an exhale, send the hips up high and the heels down to the mat. Now you're in this shortened down dog. Stay in this shortened down dog. We'll begin to flow. So be sure and keep the spine long. On an inhale, hover the knees. Go back to hovering tabletop. Look forward on the mat. And then on an exhale, go back to your shortened dog. Good. Let's do it again. Inhale, hover the knees, look forward, strong arms, shorten downward dog. Exhale. Good. Keep going. Inhale, straighten the spine, hover the knees, press into the fingers. And then this time, just lower the knees down to the mat. Good. We'll take a wrist stretch. So turn the fingers out to the right and to the left. Just gently rock side to side. Nice and gentle. And then maybe turn the fingertips towards the body. With soft elbows, take some little circles here. And take the circles in the opposite direction. Keep those elbows a little bit bent. Bring the fingertips back to face forward. And then walk the hands forward, flip those toes, make your way into downward facing dog. This time, just a regular downward facing dog. So you may want to cascade yourself into a high plank to make sure that the length of your down dog is good. And then press the hips back up high. Just refine your downward facing dog all the way from the fingertips to the toes. Spread the fingers wide. Press into the finger pads and knuckles. Let that head hang heavy. Think about broadening the upper back. Pull the ribs close together. Belly in tight. Good. Smelt those heels closer to the floor. And then look at the hands on an exhale and start to take 10 tiny steps to the front of your mat. Maybe come up onto your finger pad so you can make some space. When you get there, bend your knees so much you sandwich your belly to your thighs. And then place your hands in your elbow creases and let your head hang heavy. Let the weight of your forearms create a little bit more space. Put the opposite forearm on top. Release the arms down to a dangle. Keep your chin tucked until last. Begin to roll the body up to standing. Chin comes up last. When you get there, take some nice big shoulder rolls. And take the shoulder rolls in the opposite direction. Just prepare those little northern flicker wings. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Take a big breath. Spiral the pinkies towards one another and drop the shoulders down the back. Fix the gaze. Pull the belly in tight. Strong extended mountain pose. And then on an exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Good. Inhale the arms back up overhead. On an exhale, cactus the arms, lift the heart, shoulder blades down, belly in tight. Inhale the arms back up high. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, lead with your heart. Reach for the floor. Halfway lift, strong flat back, shoulder blades close. Exhale, plant those hands. Take your journey back to downward facing dog. Maybe drop down to the knees from high plank. Take that halfway push-up. Downward facing dog. Maybe don't do that push-up and just go straight to dog. Maybe hold your high plank. Or if you have something else in your practice like an upward facing dog, do that. Let's start to build some heat, some rhythm in the body. Take a big breath, fill up. At the bottom of your exhale, look at your hands. Jump or step to the front of the mat. This time, rise with a flat back. Bring the hands up and overhead. Go right into it. Cactus the arms. Lift the heart. Belly in tight. Inhale the arms back up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Reach for the toes. Soft knees. Halfway lift. Strong flat back. Exhale, plant those hands. Make your way back. Maybe step with the opposite foot. Downward facing dog whenever you're ready. Take your time getting there. Then go straight back to your breath. Press into the fingers. Start to feel the heat. The rhythm that you have already created. Good, let's keep going. At the bottom of an exhale, look at the hands. Jump or step to the front of the mat. Good. Inhale, rise with a flat back. Once again, hands up overhead. Reach. Exhale, cactus the arms. Lift the heart. Belly in tight. Inhale the arms back up overhead. Fold forward. Uttanasana. Halfway lift, strong flat back, neck is long. Plant those hands. Take your way back to downward facing dog. Take your time. Elbows stay in close to the sides of the body. Just let your head hang heavy. Find that balance between the back body and the front body here in downward facing dog. Maybe take an open mouth exhale if you need to release some heat. Nice, steady, strong breath. Keep pressing down. Inhale the right leg high up to the sky. Take a three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee towards the nose and then plant the foot between the hands. Drop down to the back knee. Maybe utilize some blocks. And just take a second to move forward and back and check out this side of the body. Just checking in with the psoas and the knee. When you're ready, lift that back knee up off the mat. Really magnetize the inner thighs together. Drive the back heel back. And then plant the left hand. Inhale the right arm high up to the sky. Take your twist. Notice if you dropped your left hip, magnetize your thighs and level them out. Reach your top hand towards the back of your mat, down to the floor, forward and up. Do that 2 more times. Reach back, down, forward, and up. Good. Do it again. Really feel that fluidity in your shoulder. Keep scissoring the inner thighs, driving the back heel back. Good. And then when you're done, bring the hand down to frame the front foot. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Take a quarter turn, prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Let the head hang heavy for a breath. And then find your halfway lift, flat back. Bring the hands to the hips, keep soft knees, and then interlace them behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades close together. And then on your exhale, let that head hang heavy and maybe draw the fists away from the body. Maybe not. Whatever you do, just keep squeezing those shoulder blades nice and close together. Good. Lift up slightly and release the grip on the hands. Then bring the hands to the hips, pull the belly in tight. Rise up to a star pose, spread the fingers nice and wide. On your exhale, turn your heels in and your toes out. Sit low into a horse. Bring the hands to your heart center. Really track the knees towards the pinky toes. Tuck the pelvis. Inhale the arms out to a T, just like we did at the beginning. And then on your exhale, bring the right arm under, find a big hug. Grab for the shoulder blades. Inhale the arms back out wide like a T. You can do this, stay low. Exhale, eagle arms, right arm under, find your wrap. Keep breathing. Inhale the arms back out wide. Nice job. Star pose, straighten the legs. On your exhale, transition into your warrior two. Pivot your front toes to face forward. Make sure your front heel is in line with your back arch. Then drop the shoulders down the back. Focus the gaze. Reach through your back hand as much as your front hand. Good. Pull the belly in tight. Make sure that the hips are nice and level. On your inhale, reverse your warrior. Stay low in that front lunge. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Low lunge. Pop the back heel high up over the toes. And then plant those hands. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg lifts high. Dog peeing on a hydrant, open up the hip. Good, flex those toes. Start to take some circles with the leg here, drawing the knee towards the other knee and then out to the side. Good, take big circles, nice and slow. Take one more. Good, and then square the hips back to center. Lift that left heel high. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrist, squeeze, round that upper back. Inhale the right leg back up high, you got this. Exhale, low lunge, plant the foot between the hands. Good, maybe utilize some blocks again. Look forward on your mat, drop those shoulders down the back like you're taking out on a race, and then step the back foot to the front foot, forward fold. Good. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Take a big breath, fill up, grow taller. Exhale, bring the hands into the heart center. Just go back to that intention or that person or thing. When you are ready, ground down into your left foot. And then bring the right foot into a half staff pose. So bring the right thigh parallel to the mat. Flex those toes towards your face. Focus the eyes on one thing. Find your point of focus. Figure four pose. Right ankle on top of your left thigh. Begin to sit low into a chair. Good. Shifting the booty back and down. Pull the lower belly in. Keep pressing into the big toe mound of the left foot. Really good. Come on back to your half staff pose. When you're ready, flex the toes. Exhale, set the feet together. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Take a big breath, fill up. Exhale, seal the hands into the heart. Nice job. Just find that point of focus once again on the wall. Bring the big toes to touch if they aren't already. Then come high up onto your tippy toes and see if you can pause. Exhale, heels down, lift the toes. We'll do that a couple times. Come high up onto your tippy toes. Really use those calf muscles. Focus. Exhale, heels down, lift the toes. Do it again. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, lift the heels. Try to pause. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Drop the heels, lift the toes. Good. We'll do it one more time, but this time try to pause at the top. So lift those heels, tippy toes, squeeze the thighs, and then begin to shift the knees and the shins forward, lowering the booty towards the heels, nice and slow, squeezing the inner thighs the whole time and lifting up the pelvic floor. When you want to go fast, try to go slow. Then when you get to the bottom, see if you can pause for a moment. Lifting the heels nice and high, squeezing the thighs, focusing the eyes. You're almost there. When you're ready, bring your hands down to the floor and then lower your butt all the way down to the mat. Nice. We'll prepare for a reverse tabletop, so plant the feet out in front of you. Bring the fingertips facing towards your body, and then really squeeze the shoulder blades nice and tight together. You can always stay here if this is enough intensity. But if you'd like to try reverse tabletop, press into the feet. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades as you lift the hips. Press into the finger pads and the knuckles to stay out of the wrist. Lift the hips a little bit more. Big, strong, steady breaths. When you're ready, tuck the chin to the chest first and then lower the hips down to the mat. Good. Cross the legs. Make your way through a tabletop position. Take your time, maybe grab a drink of water on your way. But we'll meet in downward facing dog. Staying with the rhythm of our breath and our practice. Inspiration from that beautiful little tapping bird. Spread the fingers wide. Let the head be nice and heavy. Press the chest a little bit closer to the thighs. Ribs are close together. Just keep watching the breath moving up and down the spine. Maybe at this point you can bring your inhales and your exhales back to that equal and long length that you had towards the beginning of class. Left leg lifts high up to the sky. Take a big breath. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose and then plant the foot in between the hands. Drop down to the back knee and utilize some blocks. Just check in with this side of the body. Let's move forward and back. Just checking out the knee and the psoas on this side. It's a moment of self-study. And then when you're ready, lift that back knee up off the mat. Find that super strong low lunge. Scissor the inner thighs. Back heel is high up over the toes. Plant the right hand. Inhale the left arm high up to the sky. Check in with the hips. Be sure that one of the hips didn't dip, likely the right hip. Scissor those inner thighs to really lift up. Then start to take those circles with the hands. Reach back, down, forward, and up. Spread the fingers wide. Back, down, forward, and up. Good. Do it again. Really feel that fluidity and space in the shoulder. And then bring the hand down to frame the front foot. Left hand is going to come to the inside of the left foot. Take a quarter turn, prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Let the head be heavy. Find a halfway lift and a strong flat back. And then bring the hands behind the back. Once again, interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulder blades really close. And then on your exhale, let the head hang heavy. Maybe the fists can come away from the body, but maybe that's too much on the shoulders. Be gentle. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. On an inhale, find your halfway lift and flat back. Bring the hands to the hips. And then bring the ribs nice and close. Super strong core, soft knees. Inhale all the way up to a star. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Turn those heels in and the toes out. Sit low into your horse once again. Tuck the pelvis. Imagine that you're leaning up against a wall. Bring the arms out to a T. Take a big breath. And then on your exhale, give yourself that great big hug once again, but put the left arm under. Sit a little bit lower. Inhale the arms back out wide. Eagle arms, left arm under, find your eagle wrap. Good. Stay low. You're strong. Pull the belly in. Inhale the arms back out wide. Star pose. Reach up high. Straighten the legs. Warrior 2. Pivot the front toes to face forward. Drop into your fierce warrior 2. Shoulders are down the back. Strong energy in your back leg. Hips are level. Gaze is over your front finger. Stay really committed to that front lunge because you're super strong. Reverse your warrior. Bring the left arm high. Right arm can come down to your leg. On your exhale, cartwheel your hand down to the mat. Low lunge. Plant the hands. Three-legged dog. Left leg lifts high. Dog peeing on a hydrant. Open up the hip. Good. Take those circles with the hip. Nice and slow. Really good. When you're ready, square the hips back to center. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists, squeeze. Inhale the left leg back up high. Exhale, low lunge. Plant that foot between the hands. Find that strong low lunge. Drop the shoulders down the back. Look forward like you're taking off into a race. Step the back foot to the front foot. Forward fold. Let the head be heavy. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Reach up. Exhale, seal the hands into the heart center. Tuck the pelvis. Feel that heart beating in your body. Ground down into your right foot. Bring the left leg to half staff pose. Flex the toes. Figure 4 pose. Left ankle on top of your right thigh. Send the booty back and down. Maybe the forearms can come close to the shins. Keep flexing those toes. Focus the eyes. Keep breathing. Press into the big toe mound of the right foot. Really good. Come on back to your half staff pose. Bring that left leg parallel to the mat. Flex the foot. Exhale, bring the feet together. Just give yourself a little shake out here. A moment of reset. Shake your booty. And then whenever you're ready, bring those big toes back to touch. Squeeze the inner thighs nice and tight together. Bring the hands to the heart center. On your inhale, come high up onto your tippy toes. Really squeeze. Exhale, heels down, lift the toes. Good. Do that again. Inhale, lift the heels, squeeze. Exhale, heels down, lift the toes. Good. Do it again. Inhale, lift the heels high up onto those tippy toes. High, high, high. Use the calves. Stay high and begin to lower the booty towards the heels, keeping the heels nice and high, squeezing the thighs together, just like you're lowering against a wall. When you want to go fast, see if you can go slow. Keep squeezing. Good. When you get to the bottom, see if you can find this point of balance. Focus your eyes. Keep squeezing everything tight together. Keep breathing. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release, bringing your hands down to the mat and lowering your booty all the way down. Good. We'll prepare for a reverse tabletop once again. So bring the feet out in front of you. Bring the hands behind you. Point those fingertips towards your body. Before you lift, really squeeze the shoulder blades close together and lift the heart. Maybe stay here if this is intense enough, or press into the feet, lift those hips, reverse tabletop. The head can drop, but only if it's okay with the neck. I like to keep mine in line with the spine. Keep breathing and lifting, pressing into the finger pads for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower those hips back down to the mat. Nice job. Cross the legs. Make your way into a child's pose, nice and slow. Big toes touch, knees wide. Stretch the fingertips towards the front of your space. And just go back to your breath. Let it be the tether to the present moment. Where can you soften in the body? So as we move into this last portion of class, just gather your strength and your energy, your focus, and remember why you are on your mat. Maybe go back to that intention or that person that you feel like needs more than you do today. Or maybe that person is you. Just gather a bit more strength with some purposeful breaths. And then when you are ready, make your way back to downward facing dog. Send the hips up high. Maybe take an open mouth exhale to just dive a little bit deeper. Inhale your right leg high up to the sky. Take a 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, round the upper back, and then plant the foot between the hands. Take a quarter turn. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Let that head hang heavy. Find your halfway lift, strong flat back. Bring the hands to the hips. Pull the belly in tight. Soft knees. Inhale, rise all the way up to a star. Spread the fingers wide. Exhale, warrior 2. Pivot the front toes. Track the front knee towards the front pinky toe. Drop the shoulders down the back. See if you can find a balance of effort and ease in this pose. Strong, steady breath. Reach through both of your arms. Listen closely. Straighten the front leg. Give yourself that great big hug. Put the right forearm on top. Grab for those shoulders and just feel the space in the back of your heart. Send your big, beautiful breaths to the back of your heart. Then on your exhale, go back into your warrior two. Track that front knee towards your pinky toe. Good. This time, reverse your warrior. Bring that right arm high. Grab for that bow and arrow. Bring the palm to your heart. Then on your exhale, go back into your warrior two. Nice job. Stay low in the front lunge. Reverse the warrior this time. Right arm comes high. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat to frame the front foot. Pop the back heel high up over the toes. Strong low lunge. Plant those hands. Right leg lifts high, three-legged dog. Dog peeing on a hydrant, or option to flip the dog if you would like, bringing the right foot to the left side of the mat, lifting the hips, stretching that right hand back, lifting the heart. Keep breathing. And then come on back to center, square the hips, lift that right leg back up high, three-legged dog. Exhale, go back to your low lunge, right foot forward. Look forward, find that super strong low lunge, and then step the back foot to the front foot, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, bring the hands up and overhead. Exhale, seal your hands into your heart. We'll move into eagle pose from here. When you are ready, inhale those arms up and overhead, palms touch. Exhale, find your eagle wrap, right arm under. Focus the eyes. Take a big breath. Exhale, sit low like you're sitting into a chair. And then right foot comes up and over. Find your eagle legs. You can use your toes as a kickstand, or you can put your toes on a block. Squeeze the inner thighs tightly together so there's no light between your thighs. Just flushing out toxins, focusing, breathing. Maybe get a little bit lower in your standing leg. Unravel, reach the arms up high. Exhale, bring the feet together. Bring the palms into your heart. Feel that beating heart. This amazing time with our body and our breath. It's really sacred time to focus on ourselves. Let's finish out strong. Inhale the arms up and overhead, big breath. Exhale, fold forward, lead with your heart, Uttanasana, bow down. Halfway lift, strong flat back. Exhale, plant those hands. Step it back, find your way back to downward facing dog. Take your time. Send those hips up high. And we'll finish this out on the left side. Ground down into your hands and feet, really press down more. Let the head be heavier. Left leg lifts high up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee towards the nose, round the upper back, and then plant the foot between the hands. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Take a quarter turn, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Let that head hang heavy. Exhale. Find a halfway lift and a strong flat back. Bring the shoulder blades close. And then bring the hands to the hips, ribs close, soft knees. Inhale, rise up to a star. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Warrior two, pivot the front toes forward. Drop the shoulders down the back. Fire up that back thigh by pressing into the pinky side of your back foot. Focus the eyes over your front finger. Straighten the front leg. Give yourself that great big hug. Left arm on top this time. Just take a breath into the back of your heart, filling, creating space. Then exhale, go back into your warrior two with grace. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Reach that left arm high. Grab for that bow and arrow behind your heart. And then exhale, go back into your warrior two. Send your love out into the world. Stay committed to that front lunge this time. Reverse the warrior. Bring the left arm high. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Find your low lunge. Pop that back heel high up over the toes. Plant the hands. Left leg lifts high. Three-legged dog. Dog peeing on a hydrant. Or option to flip the dog. Placing the left foot to the right side of the mat. Lift the heart. Reach back. Breathe. Keep reaching, stretching, breathing. Nice and slow. Come back to center. Left leg lifts high up to the sky. Exhale, go back to your low lunge. Nice job. Find that strong, fierce takeoff position and then step the back foot to the front foot. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Bring the hands up and overhead. You're almost there. Seal the hands into your heart center. Just feel your beating heart, your aliveness. We'll prepare for eagle on the other side. So inhale the arms up and overhead, palms touch. Exhale, eagle arms, left arm under this time. Find your wrap. Take a breath. Exhale, sit the booty back and down. Squeeze the inner thighs. Left leg comes up and over. Find your wrap or your kickstand. Just squeeze those inner thighs tightly together. Squeeze underneath the armpits. Just flush out the things that aren't serving us. Toxins, negative thoughts. Keep focusing the breath. Press into the big toe mound of the right foot. Just one point of focus. Pull up on the pelvic floor. You're almost there. Keep squeezing. Unravel. Bring the arms up and overhead. Bring the left leg back to half staff pose. And then go ahead and set the feet together and bring your hands to your heart center. Maybe shut down the eyes if you feel comfortable with that. Just really tap into listening to the amazing orchestra that's happening in your body. Your breath, your heartbeat. Maybe take a nice open mouth exhale. Blink the eyes open. Come high up onto those tippy toes once again. Squeeze the thighs. And then begin to lower all the way down to the floor, nice and slow. Keep squeezing. Keep lifting the heels. When you want to go fast, see if maybe you can go slow. Just feel the burn. Then when you get to the bottom, balance for a moment. Maybe lift the heels a little bit higher. Squeeze the thighs together. And then nice and slow, release the hands down to your sides and just lower yourself all the way down to your butt. Nice. Plant the feet out in front of you. Maybe grab for a block if you have one. And then slowly begin to lower yourself all the way to your back body. It's nice and slow. Let one vertebrae at a time hit the mat. And then when you get down to the bottom, take a nice big breath. Let your body feel heavy. Maybe take some windshield wipers with the legs. And then when you're ready, bring the right leg straight up to the ceiling. Flex the toes towards the face. Interlace the hands around the right hamstring. Then take some points and flexes with your toes. Point and flex. Point and flex. Then take some circles with the ankle. And take the circles in the opposite direction. Then find figure 4 pose with a flexed foot. Bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Bring the hands around the left hamstring this time and draw the legs into the body. Soften the shoulder and the heart towards the ground. Send your breath into the glute and the lower back. Keep flexing those left toes. Begin to soften the breath. At this point in practice, we can begin to have less control over it. Towards that place of surrender and softening, that place of trust. Take 3 more really purposeful breaths into this shape, sending the breath to the areas that need it the most. And then whenever you're ready, release the figure 4 pose on this side. And we'll take that to the opposite side. Left leg comes straight up to the ceiling. Bring the hands around the left hamstring. Point and flex the toes. Did a lot of work with our ankles today. Take some circles. And take the circles in the opposite direction. Find the foot flexed, and then find your figure 4 pose. Left ankle on top of your right thigh. And then bring the legs into the body. Soften the heart and the shoulders towards the floor. Send the breath into the glute and the lower back. Spine is nice and flat all the way from the neck to the tailbone. Let the breath be soft. Keep breathing those lovely, purposeful breaths into the body. And then nice and slow, release your figure 4 pose. Give yourself a little squeeze here, pulling the legs into the chest and taking a little rock side to side on the lower back. And then let the feet float back down to the mat, but land them mat width apart. Bring the arms out to a T, palms face down. Take your legs to the right and your gaze to the left. Wide-legged twist. Use the core. Inhale, come back to center, nice and slow. Exhale, let the legs float to the left, the gaze float to the right. Just breathe into that right side of the body, letting gravity aid you in your twist. Soften the jaw. Use the core to come on back to center. And then pull the legs into the chest once again. Find your happy baby pose. Reach for the outer arches of your feet, maybe your thighs. Just take a gentle rock side to side. Maybe straightening one leg and then the other. Just thinking about drawing the knees around the ribs and towards the ground. Release your happy baby pose. And then we'll move into a supported fish once again to end practice. So rock yourself up to a seat so you can grab for that block or bolster once again. I'm going to go for the block this time since I'm a little bit more open. Finding that block positioned underneath your heart, lifting your heart, and then let gravity take the shoulder blades and the shoulders towards the floor. Maybe you want to have a block underneath your head if it's uncomfortable for your neck. Or maybe you can bring your head all the way to the floor, having a really open throat. Heart lifted, open throat. Release the jaw. Begin to find a sense of surrender. All of your hard work is paying off right here. Just letting the gradual opening, creating of space, love in the body, around the heart. Slowly press into the elbows to lift yourself up off your block. And then place your back body onto the mat and feel the heaviness of your heart. Pull the legs into the chest once again and give yourself a little rock side to side. Just nestle your heart back into the ground. When you're ready, float those feet back down to the mat. We'll take his legs up the wall pose. So bring your prop, if you have one, underneath your lower back. Then send those legs straight up to the ceiling. Likely that prop is positioned right above your butt crack or right above the ridge of your glutes. Just let the blood float down the legs. Let the nervous system relax. You are welcome to stay in legs up the wall pose for your Shavasana. Or if you'd like to take your Shavasana splayed out, you can float your feet back down to the mat. But whatever you decide, commit yourself to being still. Commit yourself to letting go. To trusting that all the work has been done. Once you find yourself in your comfortable corpse pose, be still. I'll be back to close practice in just a few minutes. Begin to Bring some movements into your fingers and your toes. If it feels good in your body, maybe take a full body stretch. Reach the fingertips behind your body, stretch the toes, and then roll yourself to the right or to the left. Pause in the fetal position. Just take a moment to be thankful for your body. Be proud of yourself for making it to your mat. Using your top hand, press yourself up into a nice, tall, proud seat. Maybe keep your eyes closed if you can, the nervous system nice and relaxed. Bring your hands to your heart center. Exhale out all the breath. Pull the lower belly up and in. Really get out the stale bits of air. Take a big breath, fill up. Take an open mouth exhale, let everything go. Bring your thumbs into your forehead. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day.